Hello and good to see you again. Welcome back to one of our videos on Get Corporate Ready in 14 days. We've all watched and read lots of stuff on how to run effective meetings, and they're all good ideas. They certainly work well if, this is a big if everyone involved is as disciplined as the book you're reading on this. We've been to literally thousands of meetings, and let's just say that quite a few, they're suboptimal. 63% of the meetings have no agenda. Often there's no designated chairperson, people will turn up late or not show up, and people will get stuck on certain points or even try to hijack the meeting with their own agenda. And unless you're the most senior person in the room, you can't always influence these things. You can't tell the department head that she needs to do an agenda, or you can't chastise the finance director for being 10 minutes late. So if you want to find out how to turn a fairly typical meeting into one that drives success for you and your workplace, make sure you watch this video through to the end. Welcome back. In this video you'll find out 4 hacks which will make your meetings more successful and ultimately you more successful. Our starting point here is that to stress that if you are in charge of a meeting or you are the manager of the team, absolutely you should be insisting on the fundamental steps of effective meetings. There's some great books out there which detail these, and we put some couple of references in the description below, but as always, give us your recommendations in the comments below and we can add these in the description. We'll briefly run through these ideal steps, but keep watching to find out how to succeed when you're not in charge.
Firstly, is the meeting necessary? There's only really 4 reasons for a meeting. And just because the time's in the diary doesn't mean that everyone should turn into lemmings and blindly follow the sign to the meeting room. If it's not necessary, cancel it. Secondly, who really needs to be there? Remember, an irrelevant 1-hour meeting is not 1 hour wasted. It's 1 hour multiplied by the number of participants. So 5 unnecessary people at a 1-hour meeting each week is 260 wasted hours a year. That's the same as 7.5 weeks of wasted time. Next, what's the purpose and plan? Good meetings have an agenda. Know why the meeting is happening and make sure everyone else knows why. And order these in priority on the agenda. Fourth, actively manage the meeting. Keep the meeting focused, on track and on time with equal representation from everyone in the room. And fifth, agree on the next steps and make sure these are documented and shared with all participants.
If you want any detail on any of these points, let us know in the comments below and we'll create a video on this. But keep watching and I'm gonna tell you how to work around this reality. It's true guys, these things don't always happen and you can't always control that. So here are meeting hacks. Hack number 1. Be the G.I. Jane or Joe, and that means the person who creates action. If you want to see action at work but nobody else is interested in it, maybe you are in the wrong company. Successful businesses want to see projects move forward. They want change to happen. They want action. And your ability to move projects forward will correlate perfectly with how your career moves forward. So how do you do this? Well, depending on the dynamics of the meeting, either be the note taker or allocate a note taker if there's somebody more junior in the room. And don't let people get away with vacuous truisms and vague statements of intent, like
we need to make sure this doesn't slip through the net when we do this again next year. This needs to be checked, that it fits with the team's strategy.
What do these mean? There's really no clear action for this, so you can add value by getting that clarity. If you're the note taker, call it out. Think of the 4 W's. You need to record who is going to do what and when, and importantly, in relation to the value that this adds to the business, record why this is being done. If you've asked somebody else to take notes, then ask them to recap. Ask, what specifically do we need to do? Do you have an aim against this action? When will this be done? And make sure the note gets sent through immediately after the meeting and again a few days before the next meeting, to remind people what they are responsible for. This is what gets action. Otherwise, meetings end up being a talking shop where nothing ever happens. And then, hack number 2. What's your listening phase? Okay, Sometimes you're gonna be going to some meetings that are painfully boring, and you're just gonna have to hit the double espresso button and then daydream of bungee jumps and being buried alive, all in the desperate hope that a shot of adrenaline will keep your eyes open. But you're really visible in a meeting, and your face and posture speak 1,000 words, so you need to control what these words are. Some things on the agenda may not be relevant to you, but you don't want to look like you're losing the will to live. Practice a facial expression that conveys presence and engagement with the room for those moments where you have to zone out. And hack number 3, be the sheepdog. I often despair that people just default to a 1-hour meeting just because Outlook works that way. Think about arranging meetings that are either 20 or 45 minutes and stick to it. Check in with the group throughout the meeting. Acknowledge the time available, saying things like,
"We have 15 minutes left. What would be the best use of that time?"
or
"We came to this meeting to agree on the change of policy. We're halfway through. How are we doing?"
or call it out when the meeting is really not working.
"We set out to set priorities for the next quarter. I feel like we're losing our way. What do we need to do to get this meeting back on track?"
Be the person who can move the group from one place to the next in 30 minutes and get the gate closed. And now, on to our hack number 4. Manage the celebrity in the room. You know the kind of person, they've got strong opinions, they're really keen to share them, and sometimes they're really highly respected by the others in the room. So the best hack for this is to speak to them before, so you can have a sense of what their opinions or ideas will be. Then you know what you're working with. Also, you can give them a role in the meeting, a way they can make a constructive contribution. Ask them to educate the group on something they're an expert in, or even ask them to play the devil's advocate. You can also tell them beforehand that you're concerned about getting everyone's voice heard in the room and ask them to help you get a contribution from everyone. If they've got a role in the meeting, they're less likely to derail things. So there you have it. We've touched on some of those meeting room disciplines in an ideal world. Let us know in the comments if you want to know more about this. And then we've gone through our 4 meeting hacks. 1. Be the GI. 2. Practice your listening phase. 3. Be the sheepdog. And 4. Manage the celebrity in the room. Thanks again for watching our video. We really like hearing about you. And so if you have any comments or questions or even material you want us to cover, let us know in the comment section below. And also subscribe to our channel, because that is the best way to keep up to date with our future videos. And our videos are aiming to transform your career in a very simple way. So make sure you subscribe to our channel.
It was okay.
Okay, no.
Oh, no, okay.
Okay. Find out 4 hacks which melt. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for watching. No, blah blah blah. Yeah.